Welcome back, coin enthusiasts, to NT Coins World, your go-to channel for all things coins. If you're passionate about numismatics or looking to explore the history and hidden value behind everyday coins, then you're in the right place. Today, we're focusing on two classic pieces from the Lincoln Cent series, the 1974 D and the 1980 D Lincoln Cents. These coins may seem like simple pennies at first, but trust me, there's more to them than meets the eye. Let's start with the 1974 D Lincoln Cent, a coin that may seem common, but carries with it both historical context and some surprising value under the right conditions. Produced at the Denver Mint, the 1974 D Lincoln Cent is part of a vast series that spans more than a century. While it's easy to overlook this coin in the grander world of rare and error-filled coins, the 1974 D penny is a true reflection of its era. In fine condition, it tells a unique story of the United States during a particularly turbulent time. Let's look at the design first. On the obverse, or front of the coin, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been featured on the penny since 1909 and remains one of the most recognizable images in American numismatics. The reverse of the 1974 D penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of American heritage that has adorned the back of the cent since 1959. The 1974 year holds significant weight in American history, as it was the year President Richard Nixon resigned from office following the Watergate scandal. This scandal, and the aftermath it caused, left a deep impact on American society, and the coinage of this period, including the 1974 D Lincoln Cent, serves as a small but notable reflection of that history. That said, the 1974 D Lincoln Cent is far from rare. In fact, a staggering 4.7 billion of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint, making it one of the most common pennies ever produced. So when we talk about a fine condition coin, we mean that it's seen some circulation, not too much, but enough to show wear, especially on Lincoln's features and the Lincoln Memorial. If you have a 1974 D Lincoln Cent in fine condition, you'll notice the wear on the high points, such as Lincoln's hair and the roof of the memorial, but the overall design will still be legible and present. So, what about value? In fine condition, a 1974 D Lincoln Cent isn't going to fetch much on its own. Expect to see it listed around 10 to 50 cents. However, things get more interesting when we consider error coins and rarities. For instance, the 1974 D penny was struck with a variety of minting errors. A particularly notable error is the off-center strike, where the coin was stamped off-center, leading to a misaligned design. These types of error coins can be much more valuable, potentially fetching $50 to $1,000, depending on the severity of the error and its condition. Even more rare is the double die variety, where the design was stamped twice, creating a blurry or thickened appearance on the coin. This error can make a 1974 D Lincoln Cent worth anywhere from $500 to $3,000, depending on the grade and quality of the coin. Now let's move on to the 1980 D Lincoln Cent, another fascinating coin from the Denver Mint. While it may not seem like a showstopper at first glance, the 1980 D penny offers a glimpse into the US economy during the early 1980s and is worth considering, especially in fine condition. Similar to the 1974 D Lincoln Cent, the 1980 D penny features Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design was introduced in 1959 and remained in use until 2008, with slight modifications over the years. The 1980s were marked by an economic shift as the United States fought high inflation and unemployment, and this particular penny was struck during a time when the country was experiencing a recovery from the late 1970s stagflation. The 1980s were a time of change. Under President Ronald Reagan, the country moved toward a more conservative economic approach, tackling inflation and adjusting to new global economic dynamics. In numismatic terms, the 1980 D Lincoln cent holds historical value, as it was struck during this pivotal time of economic and political transition. Just like the 1974 D Lincoln cent, the 1980 D was produced in massive quantities. Over 7 billion coins were struck at the Denver Mint. This makes it a very common coin, but it's still worth paying attention to when looking for specific characteristics or potential errors. A fine condition coin will show some wear, but most of the design details will remain visible. Lincoln's image may be somewhat worn, and the Lincoln Memorial will lose some definition, especially in the high areas. So, what about the value of the 1980 D Lincoln cent in fine condition? Typically, these coins hold a modest value, around 10 to 50 cents. However, just like with the 1974 D, error coins can drive up the price. The 1980 D is also known to have been struck with several varieties of minting errors, such as die cracks, double dies, and off-center strikes. A double die error on the 1980 D Lincoln cent can make it worth $500 to $1,000 or more, depending on its condition. Some of the rarer die cracks and off-center errors can also significantly increase the value, potentially pushing the coin into the $2,000 to $5,000 range if they are particularly dramatic. So, while neither the 1974 D nor the 1980 D Lincoln cent in fine condition is going to make you an overnight millionaire, these coins have real value if you're looking for error varieties, or if you're a collector with an eye for history. If you find an error coin in your collection, don't just dismiss it. It might be worth a lot more than you think. That's all for today's episode here on NT Coins World. I hope you learned something new about these two fascinating coins and their potential value. If you have any 1974 D or 1980 D Lincoln cents in your collection, keep an eye out for errors and varieties that might make them even more valuable. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting coin content. Until next time, happy collecting.